Okay, welcome to Team Getting Fit Zoom call for this week. It is January 27th, and I just wanted to share more about what I've been doing as a full-time coach and just kind of share some tips and tricks of things that have been working for me, and hopefully it can work for some other people. So I'm Erin Wester. I'm the founder of Team Getting Fit, and I'm a one-star diamond coach. So this is me, my family. So the first picture on the left is me and my kids and my husband, my son and my daughter in the hospital. And then we were working out with Shaun T and Summit, and then my team at Vegas Summit a few years ago. So that is my team and a little bit more about me. And as I said before, I'm a one-star diamond coach. I have been a coach since June of 2010. So we're going on 5.5 years, almost 6 years. I went diamond in 90 days, but then I dropped to emerald until about April of 2014. The reason I did this, I don't know. I was working as a social worker. I was working in child protection. It was really, really stressful. My hours were never set. I just didn't really have the time to put in. I really should not have done that, because if I would have kept working, who knows where I would be today. So basically what I've built now has only been built since April of 2014. So it's less than 2 years. Shows that anybody can do that. I went from emerald in 2014 to one-star diamond in June of 2014. So in 2 months, I went from emerald to one-star. Basically, the only people left on my team were my mom, my husband, and then my diamond coach, Stuart. We were basically the only ones that were still there. Everyone else had quit because I had ditched everybody, which I know now is a horrible thing to do. So in 2014, when I decided to go back in the business, I tripled my income in 2014 and doubled it in 2015. So the way it's projecting now, it's going to be 6 figures this year. Don't like to share income, but that shows you what it can do. There's no real job, 9-to-5 job, where you can get a 300% raise or a 200% raise or even a $30,000 raise. That's crazy. So I went full-time as a coach in October of 2015, basically when I was pregnant with my twins, and we did lose one. But when I was pregnant with my twins, my job basically said, we're not going to approve your medical leave. We're letting you go. So I basically had to become a full-time coach because I couldn't work. Currently right now, my downline is 1,920 coaches, and only 22 of them are personally sponsored. So that just shows you how much growth happened in those 5.5 years. So the first thing I'm going to cover is what I do in my power hour and the other daily tasks that I do. I do have a 3-month-old baby, so obviously these things can't always happen at a certain time every day. I do try to stick on a schedule, but it's pretty tough to do with a 3-month-old that doesn't have a schedule, and you can't make her really do a schedule. And basically, I do multiple power hours in a day. Most days it's just 1 power hour because that's really all the time I have. So in a power hour, I will respond to Facebook messages, comments, and emails. It's always number 1 because that's what gives me the most return, is when I do those things. And I always complete my power of 5s in the power hour. So power of 5, 5 new contacts, 5 messages, 5 invites to challenge groups, 5 invites to business opportunity, and 5 follow-ups. It tends to get to be more than that, because as what I'm going to cover in a little bit is people come to me. So generally it's more than 5 people a day, which is pretty insane. So I also buy leads through simpleleads.com. I sign a few coaches that way. And I utilize Automatic CEO because I don't have time to be sending messages to people. I plug a lot of people into the Automatic CEO, customers, coaches, prospects. It just really does the work for me. Also, outside of the power hour, I work out every day except for the scheduled rest days. So I work out daily. I drink my Shakeology daily. I do personal development daily. So I either listen to John Maxwell, Danny Johnson, or Chalene Johnson. Those are the 3 people that I listen to. I listen to podcasts and books on Audibles because I can be listening to something while I'm doing dishes, or I'm cooking, or I'm feeding the baby. I can be listening to something. So instead of having a TV on like I used to do feeding the baby, I have on personal development. So it's usually a podcast or a video that I'll just have on my computer playing so I can hear the audio. I connect with my team and customers daily. And something new I've been trying this past week is Periscope. Don't 100% know if it's paying off yet, but I'm trying. And then I save the Periscope videos to my phone and then I share it on YouTube and on my personal page and my fan page. So that's just something new that I'm trying for my Power Hour. Business Like page is really where I built in the past 2 months. I've had this page since 2010, and I built it to 5,000 likes using a daily like ad. You can pay for daily likes. I think I pay $1 a day for likes. I think in 2014, I was at 1,200 people. So in under 2 years, it's built from 1,200 people to almost 5,000. I think I'm at 4,900. Pre-schedule all my posts using Sprout Social. I've also used Hootsuite before. I know you can also schedule directly through your Facebook page. When people like my ads, I invite them to like my page. Because it's a really easy way to get people to like your page, and then they follow you and they get to know you. I go through my likes on my ads and send messages to those that are my friends. If they're not my friends, I will invite them to like my page and try to transition them to my personal page so I can send them messages. But even if they like your business page, you can message them through your business page also. I try to re-engage my friends that like my posts by saying, how have you been? Kind of try to figure out if they are a coach or not, because a lot of people don't have coach on their profile page. So I just kind of, how have you been? What have you been up to? Kind of try to feel it out. And then it usually goes into the invite, or they ask me personally to join my challenge group. I'm making sure I'm following up on the people I message on my like page, because sometimes those people get lost because it's not in my messenger. So I make sure I go in the message part on my like page and follow up with those people. And then every day I pin my call to action for the day. So every day at 3:00, I make a call to action. So it's either going to be about a challenge group or coaching. And then that post I pin every day, so it's at the top. I do one call to action daily. Chalene Johnson says, if you're posting 10 times a day, you can do one call to action a day. I post 15 times a day, once an hour between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. And then I make them equally about the business opportunity and challenge groups. And I also add personal content about myself. So I'll go through Instagram and I'll kind of copy it over to my business page. So I make sure I'm also showing personal stuff, what I'm doing with my kids, my workouts, my Shakeology. I'm making sure I'm just sharing those whenever I do them throughout the day. So as I said, I've shared this in the Empire and my team page. This is my daily post on my business page. So, this is what has been working for me. It kind of goes towards my target market, which is moms. That's really my target market, and women. So basically 3 posts are motivational, inspirational quote. 3 posts have healthy recipes. I have 2 with fit tips. So any kind of fit tips I can find. 3 posts are spiritual, because I'm very spiritual and I like to share that with my people because that's what I'm about. 1 personal or vulnerable post, so kind of sharing where I'm struggling if that day, just something that's hard with my kids, something I just try to show I'm vulnerable and be personal. It doesn't have to be negative. It can be, my baby slept 8 hours last night. That's great. You're showing something about you. So you really have to show you, because people are going to want to join you if they trust you and if they like you. And then I have 1 post a day, weaving coaching into everyday life. Be it, today was a great day. I got to pick my son up from school and go to his basketball practice. I didn't always be able to do that before. Soccer that's at 4:30 is crazy. People who are working, how are they going to get to soccer at 4:30? But I can do that. So that's something important to me, and something that my followers, it's important to them. So I will use weaving into everyday life. As I said, 1 call to action. And then I also do a parenting tip, because most of my followers are parents. So personal thoughts and pictures full time, few times a day. Like I just shared my workouts, my Shakeology. I sometimes post meals, but not every day. My son even says, "Oh, you're taking a picture of your food again." So, I mean, that's just what it is all about. Is he's asking about the containers at 9. I mean, that's pretty good stuff to be teaching him, especially with him being a type 1 diabetic. So we do have to measure and do all that kind of stuff for him. So just kind of natural for him to ask about the containers. And then more on Facebook ads. I have a coaching ad that I have set to continuously run for 6 months. I started in December. So I signed 2 coaches this month and 1 last month from the ad. So these are people that I didn't know that connected with me through this ad, that transitioned to my personal page and got to really know who I was. And then they became coaches. And I'm sure it's going to continue to increase. It's had like 1,500 views, I think, in the last month and a half. So that's pretty good. And I also typically run a challenge group ad once a week. This week I'm not doing that because I'm already at Success Club 14, but I'm typically running a challenge group ad every week, Monday through Friday. And then I also, for events, I run ads as well. I did an ad for my call tonight. And then there's 7-day clean eating group we run. I do an ad. By backstage pass into coaching, I do an ad. And then our sneak peek, I do an ad. So all those things I just do like a week before I run a 3-day ad to try to get people into them. And then at the end, obviously ask me questions about Facebook ads. I might also do a call in a few weeks about Facebook ads, just a little more about what I've been doing that's been working for me. So at the end, if anyone has any questions about that, obviously I'll answer that for you. And then this is what kinds of things I've been posting, because I haven't really had to invite people. People have been coming to me. I think I've sold 5 Hammer and Chisel challenge packs this month, and I haven't invited anybody. But that's just from sharing my workouts and what I'm doing and the difference it's making. So these are kind of the things that I post. So I'm vulnerable and personal. So if I'm posting about my workout, I'm going to be like, I used 25 pounders today. I was really excited that I was able to do that. I never could before. Today I had to use 5-pound weights. So I posted about that. I said, well, I guess the 25 pounders were harder than I thought. So being personal, and if my baby was awake and I had to keep her occupied during my workout, I share that. So it's just being personal and vulnerable and really being you and really showing who you are, because that's who they're going to trust and follow. As I said, you really need to share who you are. Do everything with my daughter. I was really, really open and honest on social media, just really sharing who we are, because someone will connect with your story. I had a lot of people who started following me because of what had happened with her and the things that we had to go through for a few months. And there was people who were really understanding when I kind of didn't coach for a few months. People were understanding, and they're understanding when they follow you and you're being vulnerable and being you. So be consistent. I post every day. I do not miss posts. Every day I schedule, Saturday, Sunday, every day I'm always consistent. Posting my workouts and nutrition. I don't think I've missed posting a workout the whole time. I've never missed a workout, and I've never missed posting about it. So people are always watching. So even if they're not commenting, they still see what you're doing, and they'll eventually reach out to you and message you. That's what has happened to me a lot, is people will reach out to me. It's people that I don't even know are interested. But people will unfriend you and unfollow you. It kind of happens. But if that's what they're going to do, they're mad at you because you're posting about your fitness and about your health, then why do you want them there? I've learned not to take it personal. I never get nasty emails. People just unfriend me and they're gone. And sharing your why often. So I'm always sharing why I'm a coach. And I weave coaches into my posts at least twice a day. So how coaching has affected you. Has it given you more freedom? Has it given you financial, even if you're able to just pay for groceries or pay for gas for your car? That's still something that Beachbody's doing for you. For me, it was being able to pay all our medical bills and not have to set up a payment plan. That's huge. Being able to do that is a huge thing to share. You need to share that with people. So fitness accountability I post about, If I'm feeling sluggish, if I'm feeling like I want to go have a cookie or something, I post about it. And things are going good, I post about it. The relationships you make with other coaches, travel you're able to do, Success Club trips, summit, things like that, share about it. People won't ask about coaching your challenge groups if they don't know you're a coach and they don't know you're running fitness groups. So people have to know what you're doing to ask you about things. So if they know what you're doing and know you're a coach and know the things you do, they will more likely message you and reach out. So that was pretty quick. That was 17 minutes. So does anybody have any questions?
I had a couple questions, Erin.
Okay.
Well, first I have a comment. I just want to say that, would you agree that this is the best month that you've ever had since you've been a coach?
Absolutely.
So I just want to encourage everyone else who's on this call. I mean, Erin's been a coach for 6 years, guys. And, you know, she's had some success, but she hasn't lit the world on fire up until this point, and I haven't either. And so I just want you guys to be inspired that no matter how long you've been doing this, that you can take off at any time. You know, you can get the skills that you need. You can figure it out, as Ray Higdon says. You know, you can figure this thing out and take off with it. You know, history is not an indication of what you can do in the future. So I just think it's awesome what you're doing, Erin, and it's really inspiring to me and hopefully everybody else as well.
Good.
A couple technical questions. I was wondering how much, right now I'm running a likes ad, and it's about 40 cents per like. So have you tracked what your cost per like is?
On the coaching ad that I've been running since December, I'm 17 cents a like.
So you're doing a likes ad, a page likes ad that's actually for coaching?
No, I don't know about my page like ad. I don't even pay attention.
Oh, you don't pay attention to that? Okay. I was just curious.
I add about an average of like 150 likes a week.
Okay.
What it's averaging me, so I don't know what that does.
And how much are you spending per week?
$1 a day. So $30 a week for, God, how many likes is it? Like 500 likes.
That's really good. That's really good. You've definitely figured something out there. So it would be good if you could do a call on Facebook ads, actually.
Yeah, I'm going
because
to.
I'm doing, so you're getting 3 likes per day, as you said, 150 likes a month or a week?
A week.
Okay, so you're getting about 15 cents per like, which is really, really good.
Yeah, and that's about what I have on my coaching ad right now. It's about 17 cents per
engagement, I think. Mm-hmm. Not per like, but per engagement. So in your likes ad, you're getting about 12 cents, which is, I'm paying 3 times more than you for my likes. So
I'm $1 a day. So
another question I had was about your simpleleads.com. I went to there and it wasn't right. So what exactly? I've tried a couple different lead sites and I haven't tried that one. So
it's Simpler Leads, I think.
Okay.
Simplerleads.com.
Okay.
I tried automatic CEO leads and it just wasn't that great.
I tried automatic CEO leads too, and they were terrible.
They're expensive.
I tried another one too, which was called instantsuccessleads.net. They were better, but still not very good. So I'm going to try this one that you're using and see how that pans out.
Yeah, and then I just transitioned them over to automatic CEO.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing with my leads as well. So,
Stuart, if you didn't have any more questions, I had a question.
Go ahead. That's all I had.
I actually did have something I wanted to add to Erin's team. I'm in Stuart's downline. I'm a 1-star diamond, and so this is my first time being on one of Erin's calls, and it was a really nice, privilege to be invited to the team call for you. Demeet, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I saw that she was getting a little frustrated when you guys were talking about ads and just like how to run ads on the like page, what to do. And I think there's a difference between Aaron and Stuart and maybe a brand new coach on their page who may not have the money to invest $1 a day or, 25 a week for ads. And so something I've been encouraging my team to do is to just take a step back from the like page until you can grow that network.
Oh, absolutely.
And kind of focus on building the network on your personal page. There's obviously two sides to that story, but just to not get discouraged if you're not able to.
A lot of the people I get aren't even from my like page. They're people that have been following me for years and are just on my personal page.
Yep. See, there you go. Yeah. See, I've been taking a step back from the like page to focus on honing in on that. And I know that Brooke Leipoff is a pretty successful coach, and she talked about 5,000 likes on a like page being kind of like a magical number where once you kind of get close to that threshold, more people start to see your stuff. So if you're at 200, 300, and you don't have a good solid ad to build likes, you may just be wasting money at that point. So
I share my ads with my team too, share what I'm using and what's working.
Good. So is it successful for them as well if they do the same thing?
We're getting there.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
But no, I mean, I think half of my sales this month have been through my personal page, not my like page.
That would be the thing I'm interested in is like if you're able to duplicate exactly what you're doing on your like page for likes and for, your coach ads, if your team of your new coaches are able to achieve the same success, then it's like magic in the formula and not because you have a more established page.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's cool. I'd be looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I didn't mean to go down a rabbit hole where they're talking about Facebook ads, but I just want to say, Dee Dee, I saw what you posted on your personal page. Looked fabulous. I mean, you did a great job sharing about the 3-day refresh, and you got some great responses there. So I would just contact those people individually, one-on-one, as close as possible, in person if you can. Phone is the next best thing, or Zoom call, and just work on those relationships one-on-one. So.
Anything else? Trying to keep it short and sweet. I think super long calls overwhelm people, so come on, mute yourself. There you go.
Okay.
I unmuted you for you.
I didn't know it's not popping up. Anyway, yeah, I finally figured out, and actually it was thanks to one of your posts, Erin. I saw the little pic collage watermark. So I looked that up, and that's how I've been doing it. So a lot of that stuff I'm playing with. But Sally, thank you for that, because I know nothing about those advertisement kind of things. So I figured I'd start slower. My question to you, Erin, though, is, especially given your time constraints with the baby and everything, is when do you do your planning for do you do this day by day, or do you have your week sort of planned out what you're going to be doing for these posts? Or
no, I do it the night before.
Okay.
It takes me about a half hour to do. Since I've been doing it for so long, I kind of have it down to a science, and
okay.
I've gotten to where I can get it done in a half hour, and it's after she falls asleep at her 9 o'clock when she usually is asleep. That's
right.
what I do.
Okay.
And basically takes over at night anyway. So.
But following that outline, I guess, really helps because you have an idea of where you're going for things.
I actually have a specific time I post certain things. Like I'll post motivational pick at 6, and I have a list of when I'm going to post what kind. And that's been working for me. So I have a list. I can post this at 6, this kind of thing at 7, and then I tweak it based on
what's going on that day or something.
Or based on what kind of engagement I'm getting at what times.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.